India might be doing many things right. I really would not, I don't think I would want to, let's talk about perhaps something in which, you know, we don't, I'm not going for a tit-for-tat competition with Guruji over here, I'm sorry.
Yeah, obviously, we don't want to get into it, but since you started, I have to conclude somewhere. Let's all work together and see how people, Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, this was the slogan given by our Prime Minister Modi. Let's all together work and uplift the whole population. Whenever our Prime Minister spoke, he spoke about 138 million people. So he never said only 100 million people or 70 million people of this sect or that sect. He always included everyone. So Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas is the slogan. I think that not just limits to India. It spans across the entire globe. This year we are having G20 meetings in which our main theme is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. We are one world family. Now let's put behind all blame games. Let's come together and see how our youth can be skilled better. See, South Asia has a lot of potential. The youth are very resilient. But what is lacking with us is skilling. Our youths are not skilled enough. So skill training, if we can all jointly do it with all the countries of Southeast Asia, we can excel in the world. You know, whether it is field of science, art, industry and commerce, I think we have a lot to offer as a group. For example, Bangladesh, you know, they are very good in garment manufacturing and they are almost controlling many parts of the industries there. So we can bring a difference in economy if we move away from this old same tape of, you know, tutu meme in Hindi we said, you know, like.
No, but you mentioned Bangladesh, and Bangladesh is a good issue because, good example, because if religion was the issue, then India wouldn't be able to build bridges with Bangladesh in the manner that have happened in the last few years.
Not only Bangladesh, Maldives, Rahul. Maldives. It's a Muslim country. And so it's not the religion. We have to go surpass the religious identity, but we have to see the entire continent as a big potential for economic growth.
I think you're questioning a little bit all of our intelligence, Rahul, when you say try and equate what Bangladesh with what's happening within India opposed to Muslims. Did anyone try to claim that India does not want good relations with any Muslim countries? India has had very good relations.
No, but she raised the issue of terrorism and you said you didn't want to discuss it. Because if you said that...
Can I, if you allow me?
Yes.
With UAE, with the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, we're talking about the internal discourse within India and the Prime Minister Modi making it clear through Citizenship Amendment Act, through what they did in Kashmir, that this country is going to play host to Hindus and this is going to be a land for the Hindus where their interests are promoted and Muslims are subjugated. You see that coming through articles which have been written in the New York Times, in Time magazine, everywhere else, and what you see is a lot of people within India talking about it and showing it.
Madam,
so as I said, I think I will really seriously have to probably excuse myself from a discussion which is going to be a bit on. What do you want to talk to me about terrorism? Can you speak to me about it? Tell me. What do you ask me a question and I will answer you.
The question is this. Is there a possibility that some of the terror organizations that are run from Pakistan are actually acted against by the Pakistani government? For example, someone like a Dawood Ibrahim, a Hafiz Saeed, who continue to live inside Pakistan. If action were taken, there is a genuine desire for peace in India if those terrorists weren't allowed to operate freely on Pakistani soil.
I am all for informed discussions, but I am truly not for uninformed discussions. Do you know where Hafiz Saeed is? Is he roaming around freely? Has he been convicted and arrested? Yes, he has. Your talking points are a bit old, I'm afraid. Right? Can you pause for a second? Lahore, do you know about the Lahore bombing? Do you know that your country's hands were found all over the place and the cell was found within, you know, organizations supported by RAW? Do you know about this person called Yadav, who's in Pakistani custody and is a declared raw agent propagating violence and terrorism inside Pakistan, and then you go on the UNSC and want to drum the terrorism drum? Because you want to use this as a national, in some ways I think India draws its identity from being against terrorism by propagating terrorism within the region. So to the outside world, against terrorism, within the region.
No, I'll
This is the most ridiculous thing I have ever heard.
As I said,
see, you have not even seen what is CAA. And then you're commenting on CAA. CAA is that which says people, minorities who have lost their hope in their countries, when they come to India, we give them, we open our doors, we welcome them. That is what it is about, CAA about. It is nothing to do with the Muslims of India. This has been said so many times, so clearly by our Home Minister. The Indian Muslims don't have to worry about it at all. It doesn't concern them at all. It is only about those minorities who are in 30% in Bangladesh. Now they have become only 10%, and in Pakistan we don't know how many 10% they were during 1947. Today it's less than 1%. So when people come from Afghanistan, the Sikhs and others, we give them our citizenship. What is wrong in CAA? You know, it has been drummed wrongly, and misinformation campaign has carried out about this, and that is the confusion that arose. But if you see it locally, as a person not from the government but from the spiritual and social sector, I see lots of Muslims are there, Christians are there, Sikhs are there, are living in such harmony.